Hi, welcome to the Crafty Tinkerer. I'm Nicole, and this week I just wanted to update you on my Strange Brew Sweater progress. I'm currently working on the hat Dana that I'm making for my friend in Florida. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to join it and start making the band. But for my sweater, I'm pretty excited about how far I've come. So last week I had you guys pick the color in the poll, which turned out to be moss, and I finished the motif that I used, moss, and I moved on to bramble, which was the color that came in second place. I was a little disappointed at first with the low contrast between bramble and the dark gray, which is called Shayla. But then I realized it matches the low contrast in the brown and the blue Lovat that I used further up. The next color that I'm using is called Pacific, and I like how this has some green and red flecks in it. I think this is my favorite blue that I'm using in the sweater so far. But I did have a problem this week. When I went to get my cable connectors on Saturday, I couldn't find them. And I looked everywhere. I looked in all my knitting places. I looked in my room. I looked in the car. I looked everywhere, and I still couldn't find them. So either they are stuck, somewhere out of the way where I wouldn't even think of, or they're lost forever, which is a little sad. For Christmas, my husband got me a complete set of Chowgu knitting needles, and they come with the small cable connectors, the large cable connectors, and then the end stoppers for both small and large cables. Luckily, I'm currently using the large end stoppers, so I've lost the cable connectors for both the small and large and the small end stoppers, which is very disappointing. I think what happened, usually I keep them right in this front pocket, but sometimes I'll open the pocket and then I may get called away. One of the kids will say, "Oh, Mom, come quick." And so I'll set it down, and I think maybe the little bag that they were in slipped out and fell, which is really disappointing. So anyway, I had to go online and order some small cable connectors on Saturday, and I was very concerned about having 500 plus stitches on just 30 inches of circular needles, because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to stretch my stitches out enough. While I'm knitting, I do stretch the stitches out along the needle, but they were bunching up down here. I'll actually post a picture to show you how scrunched up they were. So I put it down. I didn't really want to knit anymore because I was afraid that I would pull my floats too tight and end up with puckering. So I set it down, and that was good for the hat Dana because I made quite a bit of progress on that, but it was a little disappointing for the sweater progress. So yesterday, while I was on Facebook, I saw someone else was posting about, how to knit a large object without having large enough cables, and there was a suggestion of using 2 circular needles together. I didn't even think about that, and I was like, oh, that would have been a great idea. Because when I knit with circular needles, what I do is I'll use on the right side the needle size that I need, for the project. And then on the left side, I use 1 or 2 sizes smaller so that the stitches will slide more easily along the needle, and I don't have to spend so much time pushing them, forward. So that would have been a great idea. That would have been a great way to improvise, but I'll know for next time. Hopefully I won't lose my cable connectors next time though. But I guess if I was working on a large project, instead of ordering large cable connectors, if I don't find my connectors by then that's what I'll probably do, is work on 2 circular knitting needles. So I was happy to have seen that hint. And hopefully the hat Dana will be finished by my video next week. Like I said, I probably only have 2 more rows, I think, to do. Actually, 1 more row, and then I'll connect it and I'll do the headband piece, which is just the ribbing. And that'll be easy enough to take with me to Pints and Pearls this week. So I won't have to tear that out, I hope. I hope the ribbing will be easy enough to do while I'm talking. So anyway, I did go to Perfect Blend this week. I was on the hunt for Bamboo, which is the bamboo and merino wool combined. She had some mini skeins of that in fingering weight, but I ended up coming home with a skein of her sock yarn, which is 88% merino and 12% nylon. And look at this color, isn't it great? So there are 465 yards in this ball of yarn. So I'll definitely be able to get 1 hat Dana and even maybe a pair of socks, because when I make socks, I make short socks. Or maybe I'll get 1 sock, and then maybe I'll go back another day and get another skein and make another sock and have a mismatched pair of socks. I do like mismatching socks. And also, while I was there, they were having a 50% off sale in their sale room. So I picked up a skein of this, which is from Manos del Uruguay, and it's their Maxima yarn. It's 100% extra fine merino wool, and there are 219 yards in that. I don't have a project in mind, but it's nice and soft and a lovely color, so I just decided to pick it up. I was tempted to pick up a few more. They had like a, not quite chartreuse, but almost that, you know, sort of color. But like I said, I didn't have a project in mind. Oh, I made a group on Ravelry. If you would like to join, please do. It's called the Crafty Tinkerer Podcast. I thought that would be a good way to get to know you guys a little bit better, to see what you're working on. So yeah, if you'd like to, please join. I love joining groups on Ravelry. I even join loads of groups on Facebook. I do have a Facebook page, but it's not a group. So if you'd like to connect with me there too, please feel free to join. That's all I have this week. I've just been working on the sweater and the hat Dana, and I spent quite a bit of time trying to find my cable connectors, looking high and low for those. And you know, I really thought that as soon as I ordered a replacement set, I would find them. That hasn't happened yet, so maybe they are truly lost. So if you would like to continue following along with my sweater journey and haven't yet, there will be a button over here for you to subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell so you can get the notifications. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have a comment or a question for me, please leave it down below and I will reply. Hope you guys have a great day.